Hi, welcome to a2zknowledge.com. So today we are going to see about constructors in Java. So what actually the constructor is? So that's what we are going to discuss within practical, and what happen if I use constructor and what happen if I am not using constructor. So constructor is a special type of a method that is used to initialize the object. Constructor is invoked at the time of object creation. So you are creating an object for your class, so at that time itself the constructor will be get started. So constructor is a special type of method but not actually a method, okay, and method invoking is optional. So for this third line I will explain you when I show you a program. So this constructor has some certain rules. So constructor name is same as the class name, and constructor doesn't have any return types. Okay, if you see here I have a class bike, and if I compile this, the compiler will look my class something like this: class bike and bike of super. So even though if you are not having a constructor in your class, it has a default constructor always. Okay, by default a constructor internally will be get created even though if you're not having the constructor. Okay, now types of constructor, we have two different types of constructor. Default constructor means it doesn't have any arguments, empty constructor, and parameterized constructor means which has a parameters, which have some behaviors. So practically I will teach you what this is. Okay, you can see here I have created a class no constructor with some global variable, and I have created a method as void display, and I have created some local variables. I have assigned my local variable to my global variable, and I am just using system.out.println to print my ID and name. Now I am creating an object for my class s1, and using that s1 I am invoking my method display, and I am passing some value. If I run this code, I will be getting 101 Saravanan and 102 Gautam. But it is mandatory that you have to invoke the method display always whenever it is required. But if you use constructor, you can see here I am not using a method, it's a constructor same as my class name student4, and inside this constructor I am creating some local variable, and I am assigning my global variable to my local. Now you can see I have created an object for my class s1 s2, and I am passing the values. So it is not mandatory that you have to call your methods for each and every time. So while doing the initialization means when I have created an object for my class itself, the constructor will be get invoked and it will be get executed. So for each and every time of execution, you don't want to worry about invoking that particular methods. So that is the advantage of using this constructor. So if I run this code, I get in the same output what I showed with not without constructor. The same output I am getting with constructor, but I am not invoking any of the methods. So this is what the constructor is. So thanks for watching a2zknowledge.com. If you like my video, subscribe in YouTube channel and like us in Facebook, share with your colleagues. You can find videos in two languages, English and Tamil.